Good day, East Texas. Let's do big things together. I am big on news, sports, entertainment, lifestyle, and community. And being intentional to me is about bringing a commitment and attention to topics, people, and facts to try to reflect what's most important. During March for Women's History Month, I'm conducting an interview series featuring remarkable women from across East Texas and across the nation. And in this inaugural series, I'm talking with Nancy Rangel, President and CEO of the Tyler Hispanic Business Alliance. Nancy, so excited to have you here with us today. Thank you for joining us. Would you just start by telling the community a little bit about yourself?
Yes, absolutely. So I wear many hats. I'm very blessed and thankful to wear several hats. I'm a mother. I'm also a wife, a daughter, sister, and a girlfriend. And and I also wear the hat in my job opportunity. I am the President and CEO of the Tyler Hispanic Business Alliance, and originally from Houston, but we moved out to East Texas about over 3 decades ago. So I consider myself now an East Texan.
Yep, but you still gave a little shout out to H-Town.
Absolutely.
Yes, and so I'm glad you listed off all of the many hats that you wear because, you know, as a woman, like there's so much that goes into being your best self as a woman and bringing your best self to the table to all those different hats that you just said. And so, okay, so you're the President and CEO of the Tyler Hispanic Business Alliance.
Yes.
And so what is your mission for that company?
Yes, so the Tyler Hispanic Business Alliance, we serve as the hub location for primarily Hispanic endeavors that have to deal with business opportunity, business growth, entrepreneurship, and those types of things. So we facilitate a lot of educational workshops, a lot of outreach opportunities so that we could see our community grow, our community strengthen, and really provide and contribute to the growth of businesses, our economic vitality, and so forth in our city of Tyler.
Yeah, and so a minute ago, again, we keep saying, you know, wearing many hats, and so I'm big on community service and giving back to the community because one, it helps you for many reasons, but one, it helps you connect with people in the community, and then you also are making a positive impact on the community. And I feel like you share that same thought because you wear so many different hats. I read your resume and bios for awards that you've received, and the list went on and on and on the ways you have contributed to this East Texas community. So would you just share why you think it's so important to serve the community?
Well, absolutely. You know, first and foremost, I hadn't mentioned, so being a daughter, I'm the daughter of a preacher. My father was a preacher. He graduated from School of Preaching over 50 years ago. Mother being the wife of a preacher. I grew up with both mom and dad having servants' hearts and seeing that, those role models of mine, seeing how they contribute, how they give back to the community with truly a heart of wanting to serve our community. So that's something that was embedded and that was instilled in me and all of my sisters. And that's one of the things that we like to do. We like to give back and contribute, but when we do it in a way where we're also providing a positive impact. And when we serve on a board, obviously it's great to have representation, but we want to have meaningful representation. We want to make a difference. We want to ensure that if we're there, we're actually there and we're contributing in a positive way where we're going to see that organization flourish and grow because of what we're able to do and provide with our skill sets, our knowledge, etc.
Right. That's so great. And then you use the word representation, which made me think of all the different seats that you have gotten at different organizations and the opportunities you have been given or gone and gotten yourself to make a positive impact. So being a Hispanic female and being a woman, how have you been able to get a seat at so many tables?
You know, I think a lot of it has to do going back to, you know, those that have come before us that have really set that paveway and that pathway for us. You know, for us, I always go back to my parents. You know, my father was involved in Lions Club. He was a Rotary member. So I saw a lot of that happening, and right away, that's what we did growing up in school. You know, I was part of the student council, even in college and university, part of the Student Government Association, founding and finding different organizations that we could, again, be of service to instill that we're contributing, again, making a positive impact anywhere we go so that we can represent, but also represent well, represent our Latinos, our Hispanic people in a format, in a way that maybe others have not seen, and we can provide that positive impact to those organizations or those individuals.
Yeah, and speaking of positive impact, man, you have given your parents a lot of credit today, so they certainly have made a positive impact on you.
Thank you. Yes, thank Thank you.
Yeah, and so what ways in your leadership role in the community are you empowering other women?
You know, one of the things, I'm very big on that. You know, I think a lot of us as women, we always hear the phrase, empowered women empower other women. And it's very impactful, but we really need to take that to heart. You know, when we see other women that come to you and want to grow in certain areas and certain skill sets, you know, serve as a mentor, serve as a friend, guide them through them, coach them through them. We do that. I do that particularly with my job, because I have the opportunity to work with business owners that are striving to not just be a business owner, but really be a great business owner and business leader in our community. So sometimes we work on a lot of their skill sets that we need to strengthen, and maybe some of the challenges we work on how to be able to work with those, you know, because everybody faces challenges. And as women, we do it all the time, and we're able to work through them. And then just, and like I said, at the end of the end result is always strengthening yourself, right?
Right, exactly. And so that brings me to my next question. I think one of the best things we can do for ourselves is becoming our best self. And so what advice would you have to other women on becoming their best selves?
You know, I think it's very important for us to focus on several things, you know. I think that as women, we go back to kind of the first question that you asked, like, who am I, you know, and we wear a lot of different hats, right? And when we're wearing different hats, it's great to be a mom. And when I'm a mom 100% of the time, right? When you're a wife 100%. When you're a daughter, et cetera, and when you're at work. But one of the things that you always have to remind yourself is, you're yourself, you know. I am Nancy Rangel. I am all of those different things, but I am myself. And so one of the things also is, you know, as you remember that you are you, remember to find, you know, there's a lot going on in our worlds, right? There's always that question of, how do you juggle a million things, you know, because there's so much going on. You need to be able to kind of get a step away sometimes from all that clutter, right? All that chaos, and really just focus on yourself and find that inner peace within yourself. And I think when you do that, you're able to really strengthen that, and then you're able to then be able to contribute to be able to strengthen other women or other individuals that, you know, are going to be part of your life or in your pathway in your life.
No, that's amazing. It's a great great answer. And whenever you said, I am Nancy Rangel, I was like, oh, let me sit up a little bit. Look at this strong lady right here.
Well, you know, I think it's great to have that strength. It's great to showcase that, because I think we are strong women. You know, a lot of us, we have our own stories, right? You know, we see I see a beautiful face like you, Amanda. I see all, you know, the great things you're doing, but I don't know the whole story of Amanda. You know, how you came to be in this position or in this time in your life, you know. We all have different, right, different, I guess, stories, you know, obviously, you know, but there's stages and seasons in our lives, right? And so, so it's good to be able to reach out to women when I'm going through a certain season that maybe she's already gone through. And it's great for those women to step up and say, you know what, I've been in your shoes, let me help you. And that's something that I really take that hard on. And I go and I tell women, I've been in your shoes. If you don't mind, I would love to help you get through that. You know, sometimes it can be anything. It could be from business perspective. It could be a personal perspective. And so it's good for us. And that's when I think about empowering other women, I think it's those types of steps that we need to take to be able to help those women get through those times.
Yeah, that's an incredible answer, and it's so important. Like you said, you don't know where someone is in their journey,
absolutely,
in their personal life and careers, and so you're helping them hold up their crown, and when they don't need it, you're shouting for them so they're shining even brighter.
Yes,
so.
We have an event that we created specifically for Latina women in East Texas. That is exactly what we do. We go and we talk about Latina women that are out there striving to be business owners, entrepreneurs, leaders in our community. And so we're constantly doing that, again, because we want to empower them. We want to motivate them to continue moving forward, because they can do it. Many other women have come before them, and many will come after them. And so we want to, again, embrace them and let them know, hey, we're here for you. If you need the guidance, the coaching, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, and what is that event called?
The Latina Leadership Conference, and it's an expo. It's in July, the last Saturday in July, and we bring hundreds of women from all of East Texas. We were the very first ones to do this 6 years ago, and it has only grown every single year. And so we're very excited to host that again, and to be able to provide that to all of our East Texas Hispanic and Latina women in East Texas.
And so if someone wants to sign up for that, do they just go to your website?
Absolutely. They can go to our website, tylerhba.org, or they can always go to our Facebook. Facebook.com/TylerHBA, and they can find a plethora of information on Latina Expo, the Hispanic Heritage Month Festival. We'll be hosting our awards luncheon, all of our educational and outreach opportunities as well.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so you've mentioned your mom a few times, you've mentioned your kids, and so
Yes.
how has your mother or motherhood or both helped shape the woman that you are?
Wow. So I owe a lot of this, and I know that you've probably seen a lot of interviews. You know, I give a lot of this credit to my mother. Obviously, she was my very first role model, my very first mentor, my very first best friend. And so I watched her, the strength that she had to be able to not only serve as the leader of the women in the congregation, as the preacher's wife, you know, but also to provide and instill that leadership within each and every one of us. Yeah. And so, but at the same time, she was very caring and very nurturing. There was always that side of her that we always knew we felt safe, we felt protected. So that has instilled a lot in me to be that for my children. Right. They see me as, you know, mommy, and they see me on the TV or on the, you know, YouTube sometimes interviews, and they're like, oh, mom, are you a celebrity? And I'm like, no. For you, I am just mom. You know, right. I will always just be mom. And I love that because they always feel like she's just mom to me, yep. You know, and that's what I always wanted to be. I always want them to know that, you know, I love them. Everything that I do it for them. They are my why. They are the reason why I want to do better, and I want to provide a better platform for our future generations to come.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, from what I've seen today in this short amount of time, they have an incredible role model in you, and someone who's encouraging and leading our community.
That means a lot. Thank you.
So I can only imagine if you're doing that community, what you're doing back at home with your kids and your family.
Yes, I serve on the PTA executive officers, and so I'm very involved in their school as well. They're still in elementary, and so I think it's important for them to see the involvement with me also in school. It's very important for them to see that, and for any child, if parents have the opportunity to be able to get involved in one form or fashion, to be able to get involved in their schools. Yeah. And I also call leaders out. Leaders, if you have a business or you're a leader in the community, go to the schools. There's opportunities. There's career days and those types of things where you can come out and kids can see you and learn from you and model you in the future. Yeah,
no, that's great. There's, I have one last question for you, but before we get to that, is there anything that I haven't asked you that you might want to share about the Business Alliance or yourself?
Yeah, well, just, you know, we were founded with a plethora of founders, including our city of Tyler. KLTV was actually there as well. You know, we had our universities, et cetera, county, and we are housed at the Chamber of Commerce. So if anyone wants to reach out, please do so. They can just send me a text or send me an email. They can just Google my name, Nancy Rangel, and you'll find all of that information there.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so giving you the last word, why do you think Women's History Month is important?
Well, it is extremely important because there are so many women that have come before us that have laid the foundation and have instilled that legacy for us to continue moving forward. It's important for us now to be able to, I always use a phrase that's called, I stand on the shoulders of giants, because I think of all those women that have the sacrifices, the challenges, the obstacles that they had to overcome for us to be sitting here talking to one another, right? And so I constantly think about that when I'm working on coaching and advising and guiding women through leadership roles or through their business ideas, because we stand on their shoulders, but it's also our jobs to be able to be there for the next generation, for them to stand on our shoulders. So we have to keep that in mind, to be thankful for the pathway that they have created for us, and then, but also to create the same for the future generation.
Yep. Well, you heard it, East Texas. Nancy Rangel, the president and CEO of the Tyler Hispanic Business Alliance, who is encouraging us to stand on the shoulders of giants. And I'll just say that we have a giant sitting right here that other women need to stand on her shoulders and follow in her footsteps of being an incredible leader and voice and beacon of hope for the East Texas community. So I'd love to talk to you, to interview other special women in East Texas. So my email's on the screen and my social media handle. Please send me any remarkable woman that you think we should interview for Women's History Month. Again, thank you so much, Nancy.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We're going to take a short commercial break, but stick with us. You're watching East Texas Now.
Live from the East Texas Newsroom, you're watching